People would think that Korea's new Netflix show would have a clear ending because it has a title like All of Us Are Dead. Even though this show is said to be over, there's still a lot of life left in it, thanks to some final tendons that season 2 could easily pull on and extend. People who have seen a few episodes of All of Us Are Dead know that the show is about high school students and others who already had a lot on their plates before the zombie virus hit. Hyosan High School is pretty crazy in every sense of the word, which means that our survivors are able to deal with the horrors that are coming their way. But of course, not everyone makes it out alive. Almost all of us are dead, after all, so that shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. So, if you have been wondering about the ending, well, you are not alone. But it's your lucky day, because in today's video, we'll be tackling what the ending meant, and we will break down the last episode with all your questions answered. But before any of that, make sure first to hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell to get more updates. And watch out for many spoilers ahead. So, are you ready? Let's all run! All of Us Are Dead ending explained. In episode 12, the season 1 finale, our beloved students defend themselves against the zombies one last time in Yangdong, an evacuated city close to their hometown in Hyosan. Unfortunately, another student is mercilessly terminated, and so close to the end too. This time it's Wu-jin, the brother of Archer, Hari. After that, Namra decides to abandon the group. She'll be fine though, because unlike the others, Namra has been infected with a strange variant of the virus, which has transformed her into some kind of zombie/human hybrid. Basically, she still wants to eat people, but there's enough humanity left inside to help her hold back. Still, Namra is worried that hunger will overtake her. These survivors are essentially a buffet to her, after all, so the adorable hybrid decides to leave her friends behind after nearly biting on Joe. And with that, the group keeps going, only to then be arrested by the military, who interrogate and quarantine them. 4 months after All of Us Are Dead, a news report shows that things are starting to get better. When it comes to enforcing the rules, the quarantine camp isn't as strict as it used to be. Because of this, Onjo is able to sneak out each night and leave gifts at a memorial for all the students who died in the outbreak, like your favorite people who didn't make it out alive. Onjo sees a campfire on the ruins of Hyosan High School one night. She tells Soo-hyuk what she saw. All of them agree that they'll look into it together. They soon have Hari, Dae-soo, Mi-jin, and Hyo-rung join them as well. How did Onjo and the gang escape the school? In the 11th episode, Chung-san is bitten by his old classmate, Gui-nam, who is now half zombie and can't speak. Before the airstrike, he decides to stay and distract the zombies so that his friends can get out of the school before it is hit. It looks like Chung-sung and the rest of the zombies in the school were killed by the airstrike. Afterwards, the camera shows Chung-sun, who looks like he's dead, in the middle of a group of bodies. A heartbroken Onjo goes back to the construction site to look at her best friend. Namra, who is part human and part zombie, tells Onjo that she doesn't feel any more alive around the building, which is why Onjo is heartbroken. Thanks to Chung-sun, the students finally get out of the school and head for Yangdong, the city that has been evacuated near their home, Hyosan. In the end, they make it to the secluded streets of Yangdong, where a group of zombies attack them. A member of the undead takes the life of Wu-jin, Hari's brother, as he tries to save his sister. Is Chung-sun really dead? Chung-sun escaped several close brushes with death over the course of the season. Could he have somehow escaped the construction site before Onjo returned in hopes of finding him? Could Namra not sense anyone living because he's turned into a human/zombie hybrid like her? Only a second season will tell. What happens after the time leap? Hyosan hadn't had martial law in place since the outbreak, which gives the quarantine residents some freedom for the first time since the outbreak. The show jumps 4 months into the future in the last episode. Onjo and the rest of the group's survivors were traumatized by the horrible things they had to go through. They deal with grief and survivor's guilt by going to the makeshift memorial for their friends. During one of these trips, Onjo sees a campfire in the distance. She thinks it's the roof of their high school. When Namra was an outsider before the zombies came, she said she wished they could have another campfire night with her new friends. This is what Soo-hyuk and the rest of the survivors did after Onjo told them about Namra. Returning to their now destroyed school, the students remembered the horror they saw. When they thought Namra lived there, it turned out to be true. When they arrive, Namra says hello and looks like she's adapting well to living as a half-zombie. Before they go back to camp, Anjo asks the former president of her class to come with them. She turns down the offer and says to them that she is not going alone. There are a few people like me. Afterward, Namra's super hearing kicks in. It tells her that her fellow human/zombie hybrid are back, and she jumps off the roof in a split second as her friends are in awe of her speed. What does the "all of us are dead" ending mean? The ending of "all of us are dead" is hopeful, but also full of possibilities. It's possible the show could go in a lot of different directions if it comes back. Netflix hasn't yet decided whether or not to order a second season. This way, we could see what's happening after the virus spread, as well as Namra's and maybe even Hyosan's journey as a half-zombie. This could be a big part of a second season. Intelligence officers who looked at survivors also deemed to be gathering information about how to use the virus, which could be important. Fans will have to wait until the next season to find out the answers for their most important questions. All of Us Are Dead's finale set up Season 2. Military reports say that out of the 170,000 people who lived in Hyosan before this outbreak, 110,000 people made it out of the city alive. Not bad for an apocalypse, but not bad at all as many as 60,000 people were killed when Hyosan was bombed. That amount of loss alone will change the lives of the survivors going forward. We also know for sure that the Jonas virus is still alive and well. In this last episode, the creator's son and wife are taken away by the military for unknown reasons, so let's just hope that they're looking for a cure, not ways to use the virus as a weapon. Either way, Namra also carries the virus still too, along with the rest of the infected people she's alluded to in this season's final moments. So whether the regular zombies return or not, a second season still has plenty to contend with. From the mass loss of the initial outbreak and the dangers that the military might pose, to that whole mystery surrounding Namra's true nature, is she really one of the good guys still, or is she secretly plotting an uprising for her and the other hybrids? While there's still some scope for another outbreak that mirrors what's come before, these plot threads suggest that All of Us Are Dead could potentially return as a very different beast, one that takes a new approach to the social commentary that drives so much of Season 1. There's no need to stop the show even if everyone who's left dies. Future seasons could also look at this same outbreak in a new way, shedding light on the true effects of the Jonas virus on Korea as a whole. Whatever happens next, it seems that All of Us Are Dead excited to see what the future holds for Chung Sung-il's horrific zombie story. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and smash that notification bell for more episodes.